Okay, week 2 of the National Football League 2022 season is getting underway in just a little over 30 minutes. That's and it started with the Chiefs beating the Chargers 27 to 24. Yes, I did see that game on NFL Plus after it was off the air on Amazon Prime, which I do not have yet. And what a fucking game that was. But anyway, it's time for the rest of your picks. Let's go. Dolphins going on the road to take on the Ravens. The Dolphins were not really that impressive against the Patriots. They didn't blow them out of the water per se, and the Ravens didn't necessarily blow the Jets out of the water either. Both teams are at 1-0, I believe. Go ahead and take the. Go and take. Nice victory by Mike McDaniel. But go ahead and take the Baltimore Ravens to defeat the Miami Dolphins. Giants going on the road to take on the No, my bad. They're traveling back home to take on the Carolina Panthers. Well, so much for that hollow victory by the Panthers, right? Oh, God. I will say this. The offensive line for the Panthers needs to protect better. Because Baker did turn it, but Baker did not play fucking great either in the first half. Let's get that right. Or throughout the 3 quarters. Go ahead and take the Panthers though. I know the Giants won last week in a shocker. It just goes to show you that anything can happen in week 1. That doesn't mean that the Giants are going to be all of a sudden this amazing team. This is what the Titans do. They lose to teams that they're not supposed to lose to. Take the Panthers to defeat the Giants. My only concern is Coach Matt Rule, as always. Oh yeah, and another thing they need to do, they need to utilize Christian McCaffrey more. He's supposed to be this good running back, and yet they always underutilize him. Fuck's that shit about. Anyway, Colts going on the road to take on the Jaguars. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since Andrew Luck was their quarterback. Yeah, since Andrew Luck was their quarterback. Problem was that was back in 2014. Yikes. Oh man. And the Jaguars, I did like the fight back from Jacksonville because they were down not big but semi big against the Commanders. There's and the Colts, meanwhile, wow, they couldn't even beat the Houston Texans. This was possibly the year for the Colts to sweep the Houston Texans, but they couldn't because of a few miscues. And the Colts are going to have a new kicker because Blankenship not only missed the game-winning field goal in overtime, but he also kicked not one but two footballs out of bounds. Costing the Texans to start their drives at the 40-yard line twice. The missed kick was just in overtime was just the final straw. In this game, though, go ahead and take the Jaguars. I don't see the Colts beating all of a sudden getting the victory over the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Wouldn't shock. Although stranger things have happened. Hopefully, if I take the Jaguars, the Colts finally do win. Since I'm not betting money on these games, I'm just doing this for fun. Anyway, Patriots going on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. What? Holy fuck, the Steelers. Wow. Wow. This, speaking of overtime games, man, good job taking advantage of the Bengals miscues, because holy shit, that was a shit performance by the Cincinnati Bengals. Those fucking Joe Burrow throwing turning the ball over like 5 times or whatever. And the Patriots. Ooh. My concern. Here's the problem with the Steelers. They're gonna miss T.J. Watt for a little while. Thankfully, it's not a serious pectoral tear, muscle tear. It didn't tear. The tendon didn't tear off the bone, but he is going to be out for a little while. Wow. So go ahead and take the New England Patriots to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buccaneers going on the road to take on the New Orleans Saints. I'll tell you what. Brady's kryptonite since going to Tampa Bay in 2020 has been the New Orleans Saints. I mean, with the exception of the victory that counts the most, the divisional round in the 2020 postseason. And the Buccaneers have been swept by the Saints over the course of the past 2 years in the regular season. And a lot of the Saints just really like facing the Tom Brady for whatever reason. And they got some, and the Saints still have some weapons on the offensive side of the football. I mean, Michael Thomas might be back in full health. Let's see what Olave does. Their offensive line is okay. Their defense could use some work, but and the Buccaneers, I mean, they kind of struggled offensively a little bit, but their defense played fucking great. I expect their defense to come through in this one too. So take the Buccaneers to win this one. Commanders going on the road to take on the Detroit Lions. It's a nice comeback effort by the Lions, but then again, that's been the story of the Lions, at least since last year. That being said, go ahead and take the Detroit Lions to defeat the Commanders. Jets going on the road to take on the Cleveland Browns. Yes, that's right, folks. The Cleveland Browns have done something they haven't done in 2004. Win on opening day. And the Jets do what the Jets normally do, and that's lose to superior competition. Guess what? The Browns are superior competition to the Jets. And the Jets still suck. I mean, Joe Flacco's going to be starting because I forgot that Zach Wilson is out again due to an injury. With that being said, though, he loves facing the Browns, but that was when the Ravens had a team, and still have a team because he plays for the Jets now, who do not have a football team. So take the Browns to defeat the Jets. All right, late afternoon games, starting with the Seahawks going on the road to take on the 49ers. Ooh, man. That was a good game by the Seattle Seahawks. It is what it is. It is. Of course, their safety, Jamal Adams, is gone for the season. So their defense might struggle a little bit. But the 49ers, what the fuck? Fuck, you had no business. I don't care if that it was a monsoon or whatever. You got hit by a fucking bomb cyclone last year facing the Indianapolis Colts. They lost that game too, by the way. Wait, but that's the thing. The 49ers should be more than comfortable dealing with that shit. But I guess when you have Trey Lance, who's inexperienced and frankly sucked, it's going to make things difficult. But I don't care. Good victory by the Bears, though. Uh, Take the 49ers. This game will be close because Trey Lance still kind of sucks. But the 49ers are going to be facing but I think it's going to be due to the 49ers defense more than anything that wins this game. I mean, good job by the Seattle Seahawks offensive line protecting, but to be honest with you, the Denver Broncos defensive line is kind of weak. Is kind of a weak point. And the two rookie tackles will not be facing that shit today. So yeah, take the 49ers to win this one. Falcons going on the road to take on the Rams. I know the Rams got their asses kicked by the Bills, and I should have taken the Buffalo Bills, quite frankly. And I know the Falcons had a hard-fought loss. Sort of a hard-fought loss. But it's a divisional game. The bottom line is you lost. Lost in that situation. And in this one, Rams, end of fucking story. Moving on. Quickly. All right. Cardinals going on the road to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Wow. 45 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's how much they gave up. That is. And the Raiders, there's Josh McDaniels' debut. Of course, you know Josh McDaniels wants tough, smart, instinctive, blah, 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 productive players. But they got the tough part in, but they didn't get the smart part in, especially Derek Carr throwing 3 interceptions. I expect the Raiders to bounce back, though. So take the Raiders to defeat the Cardinals. Cardinals suck. They're not going to be that same team from last year. Let's get that right. Sorry, guys. Texans going on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. If the Denver Broncos don't blow out the Texans, and frankly, I don't expect them to blow out the Texans, since I don't expect many blowout victories by the Denver Broncos. So let's get that right. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I know this is going to piss Broncos fans off, but the Broncos might be lucky to score 20 points. The Broncos need to keep doing what they're doing. Focus on the run game. Throw the ball when necessary. Because it was working in week 1. Take the Broncos to win this game, but it won't be this blowout victory. The Texans do suck, but the Broncos are not as good of a football team as everybody is saying that they are until proven otherwise. Bengals going on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys. As you know, Dak Prescott is out. The Cowboys could still beat the Bengals because, Dak Prescott sucked. It wasn't like, Dak Prescott really fucking sucked. So, before his hand injury. So you can't come up with that excuse that, Dak Prescott, we lost because Dak Prescott was injured. No, you scored 3 points. That was it. And the Bengals, like I said, the fuck was that? Biggest disappointment in week 1, the Cincinnati Bengals. Take the Bengals to bounce back against the Cowboys. It wouldn't shock me to see the Cowboys win, though. Because Dak Prescott is not the greatest quarterback since sliced bread was invented. That's not how that shit works. Bears going on the road to take on the Packers on Sunday Night Football. Don't let that Bears performance fool you, and don't let the Packers loss fool you. Take the Packers to defeat the Chicago Bears. Titans going on the road to take on the Buffalo Bills. Watch the Titans beat the Buffalo Bills. Bills. That'll be fucking hilarious. They usually do beat the Buffalo Bills. I see Buffalo winning this time around though. I think Buffalo has the defense to finally has the defense to stop to at least contain Derrick Henry. And if Josh Allen keeps playing like he did last week, I mean, take away the turnovers, of course. Josh Allen's going to be scary in 2022. And last up, the second Monday night game, the second Monday night game, the one on ABC. Vikings going on the road to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Go ahead and take the Eagles to win. Wouldn't it shock me to see the Vikings win? The Eagles are a tad bit overrated currently at the moment. And that's just how I fucking see it. I do see this being a high-scoring affair by both teams because the Vikings' offense is really good. But go ahead, go ahead and take the Philadelphia Eagles, I guess. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Till next time. Shit. Later, fuckers.